This is JBigTicket23 from GreenPCGamers.com. In this video, we're going to show you how to install a 2.5-inch solid-state drive into a hard drive tray for a Precision T7600 T7610 or T7910 workstation. Now, Dell kind of made a really poor design with their actual drive tray, not giving you a lot of leverage to actually install the solid-state drive into the tray. We're going to show you a little trick on how we do it. But if you've never been to GreenPCGamers.com, you should definitely check it out. Go to GreenPCGamers.com, click on the blog page. Now, if you have a T7600, T7610, or T7910 workstation, go to the blog page, search any one of those models. For example, T7610, you'll find Make My Precision T7610 into a gaming computer. Click on it. It's going to show you a whole bunch of free content on how to upgrade your Precision into a gaming system, or it's just awesome as far as other high-end computing as well. We also, at the bottom of the page, show you a bunch of how-to videos on how to do other hardware upgrades if you need help with them. All right, so let's get to the actual install. All right, so we have a flathead, we have our solid-state drive, and we have our tray that already has the 2.5-inch adapter installed. Now, if you don't already have the 2.5-inch adapter installed for the solid-state drive, this is how you install it. Just pops right into place. Pretty simple. You can watch this a few different times if you need to. Pause it, rewind. And that's what it looks like when it's installed. Now, typically they have one of those already installed into one of your 4 drive trays. So here's our solid-state drive. It's a 2.5-inch drive. There are 4 female little holes for the metal dimples on the tray to install. And here's our tray. So you can see there's 4 little metal dimples that are perfectly lined up for the solid-state drive. Now, if your tray doesn't have the metal dimples lined up perfectly for your solid-state drive, don't worry about it. You can actually move the little dimples pretty easily. In fact, we're going to use our flathead and show you how to pop one out, and you can see that there's basically a template there where you can move them if they're not in the right spot. So they pop out really easily. You push them right through. Ours was already in the right spot, so we're just going to go ahead and put it right back into that same slot. Okay, so now we need to basically put the drive in the right spot. We want the SATA connection facing the back of the drive, because that's how it's going to connect to the cable harness in our workstation. Now, 2 of the female holes are going to plug in really easily, and that's not the problem. It's the other side. They don't really give you much play with the plastics on this particular drive tray. So that's where our flathead comes into play. I mean, typically you don't want to have to use a flathead to actually line this up. So we're going to pause this here for a second. This is what happens with this tray. A lot of people think that since they've installed one side that the drive is installed properly. But if you look at it, that's not going to line up with your cable harness on your workstation. So you want that drive to actually be parallel. And in fact, you can see the little pin here. That pin's not installed on the one side. So if you don't actually have it parallel or flat to the bottom of the tray, it's not going to install into your backplane or your cable harness in your workstation, and you're not going to recognize the drive. So that's where the flathead comes into play. We're able to use the flathead to shimmy left and right and give us a little bit more leverage without breaking the plastic tray. So we've got our right side in there, and we have to do the same with the left. Now, this is kind of uncomfortable because you should never really need to do this, but in this case, the flathead gives you that little bit of leverage, because if you go in there like Hercules and you just try to use your hands, there's a good chance you're gonna break the actual tray. But using the flathead gives you just enough leverage to pop those into place. All right, so this is what you want to see. That solid-state drive is pretty flush, flat to the tray. All the pins are in. The adapter looks a little bit goofy, but that's okay. So this will actually line up with our cable harness in our workstation, and when we install it, it's going to recognize, and if it's a good drive, it's going to work. All right, so now let's actually install the drive into a workstation. Now we have a T7600 So that went in really easily. So see how that happened? We're going to replay it again. Slow motion. It goes right in. The lever shuts. And that's how it's supposed to work. So if you are trying to install your drive and the lever doesn't shut easily, that means you probably haven't installed the solid state drive quite right where it's going to mount to the cable harness. So take it out, double check that you're installed into all the pins, double check that it's flush to the bottom of the tray, and once you actually get it flush, it'll install really easily. So that's really all there is to it. It's kind of a painful process, but if you use a flathead for a little bit of leverage, it will help and it will work. If this video was helpful to you, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Every month we do Facebook giveaways on our Facebook page, GreenPCGamers.com. Check it out, like us on Facebook, and you'll qualify for the giveaways. Thank you so much for watching.